Hello, welcome in everyone, welcome in. Let me just set a few things up. What is this? A tofu stream on a day like this? I know. Today is kind of like a midweek break in the semester, so loads of lectures and labs and everything is cancelled. And we had an event, but I had to cover a whole bunch of people for the event. For said event. A bit weird. And yeah, so I was able to go home after the first half. So we'll have a nice, cozy day today, I think. Isn't that right, Buns? She's just in the hallway staring at me at the moment. Hi, Slayer. Welcome in. Harry, how are you keeping? I'm Dilar. I hope you're doing well. Seribot. I always have to say hello to Seribot for Zerp. Zier. Oh, let me boot up the chatbot so that Zerp can do his sound alert to his heart's content. Salmon fact. Okay. Give me a salmon fact.
Welcome to Rivendell,
Mr. Anderson. Hi, Tarek. Welcome in. Hello, Nil Pointer. Welcome in. I wasn't going to stream at some point today. I was kind of upset. Slightly upset. Oh, it's Friday the 13th, Tarek. That's why today's a weird day.
We don't want any more visitors, well-wishers, or distant relations.
And what about very old friends? Tarek, thank you so much for the tier 3. Subscribe for 39 months. On the 13th, on Friday the 13th. And it's a triple nine. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, you're the devil, Tarek. You're an absolute devil. It does, Alex. I think there was like 2. Wasn't there one last month? There's at least been 2 this year already then. You're right about that. That's really, really funny, Tarek. Triple tier 3, 3 times 13 on Friday the 13th.
Lizard. Lizard.
Thank you, Lord Viking, for the biddies. Welcome in. It was last month that was Friday the 13th. That makes sense because of the 28 days in February this year. Yes, okay, that makes sense. That's right. Makes sense indeed. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Yeah, so Friday the 13th, I had a bit of a bad day start. I only had a couple of hours of sleep, so my eyes are a bit sore, but I think I'll make a coffee run at some point and we'll be fine. That's number 1. Number 2, Frank McCourt. What we're going to do is, yeah, we'll have coffee. I also got my review back for why I didn't get my funding, and it was quite harsh. And I felt really, really bad, really upset about it. It might be because I'm tired, that it was really hurtful. But as always, it's freaking Reviewer 2. Why is it always Reviewer 2? Valiant Otter, I send you a Discord message, by the way. Thank you so much for the 14 months in a row. Let's go. Welcome in. Should we email them a dead fish? Yes, I love that. Oh, and no worries, Valiant. Thank you so much. I just DM'd a whole bunch of people because the lab rat passes. Okay, I'm going to be very careful. I don't want to dox anyone on stream. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to show proof of the envelopes here. Anything can happen. One of the envelopes could fall and I could accidentally dox someone's address live on stream. So we're not going to do that. Yeah, so I have all the envelopes ready. I'm just waiting for the addresses of a couple of people and we'll be sending off the lab rat passes. Happy Friday the 13th. Welcome in, Tato. Hope you're keeping well. Hi, Fallhorn. Long time no see. Penny, hope you're keeping well. So yeah, I did read the reviews of Reviewer 2. It was quite harsh. Really put a huge downer on my day. But right before I went live on stream, I got an email that I got promoted. I am your tiny toxic Dr. Tofu on a full-scale lecture. I have hit, at the age of 30, I have hit the first cap in my career. Thank you. the background music. The background music should be... Oh, it's Oblivion. I thought it was Skyrim. It's Oblivion. Congrats, thank you. It's crazy at the age of 30 to be hitting a cap. To explain what that means is, in Ireland, lecture positions are government funded. I mean, there's private institutions, I'm sure, but we don't really have those. Basically, full-scale lecture is the highest job that you could have. After that, you can get a professorship or a senior lectureship. Some universities allow it. But you have to wait for someone to die for that to be available. So it's not like a promotion of, oh, if you're good enough, you get promoted. It's that I can only apply for it if someone dies and that position is open. So basically, this is my first cap in my career. This is as freely as how high my career can go now. We can help. Oh, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Very, very kind of you. And thank you so much for kicking up a hype train. Chat, thank you so much. And thank you so much for the PP points, the tier 3s, and the proper subs. Contribute so much to the enlarging PP of this community. Really appreciate it.
Choo choo. Motherfucking choo choo.
Can we help? Yes. So they're promoting murder. Yeah, it's so weird. Well, there's another way you can get it. I think that job becomes available if someone gets disgraced. You know, when they take away someone's professorship, if they like commit crime. So
71 years is far too short a time to
we need to out criminals. Tarig!
I don't know half of you half as well as I
Thank you so
should
much
like,
for
and I like less than
13
half of you
community
half as
gift
well as you
subs on
deserve.
Friday the 13th. As you sub with tier 3 with the sub length of 13 times 3. Thank you so much, Tarek. I hope everyone and anyone who got the gift subs enjoys them to their heart's content. Really appreciate that. You're so good. Hi, Casey. Welcome in, Pale Rider. I hope I said hello to everyone. Paranoid. Hello. Rushback. Welcome in. Thank you, Tarek. You're very kind for that. You're too good indeed. I hope to add some sub discounts for Paddy's Day. Heimdall, thank you so much again for gifting a gift sub. Well, you subbed the first time, but thank you so much for gifting a gift sub to the community. Really appreciate it. Can someone's PhD be taken away? As far as I know, no. It's not like an accreditation thing, if that makes sense. It's not like a doctor where you're accredited to practice medicine. I think, because like, you could still be a doctor in medicine, let's say, but then you could get your license taken away. But when you get a PhD in something, there's no license. Does that make sense? So there's nothing to take away. Exactly. But you can't have your professorship taken away, or your tenure, or your job position. That can be taken away from you, yes. Hi, Jay. Since we finished the uni game, can we start a new playthrough? We finished the uni game. Oh, I got the joke. It took forever for me to get it. Philip, welcome in. That would be good. That would be good. We played this game on easy mode, clearly. Yeah. It's still really, I'm really happy that the promotion went through anyway. Really upset that I didn't get the PhD funding. But I didn't get the PhD funding months and months ago. It was the review commentary that really got to me today. But look, we'll try and take the criticism. Select the criticism that we can work on and ignore the ones that we can't. Tell them to stuff it in our brains. We don't say it out loud, except that I did say it out loud. And focus on better things. There we go. Yes, it was for a PhD student. Yeah. It was super, super competitive. Only one person got it in all of Department of Science, so it's a super competitive funding. So I get it. It's okay. We'll do better next year. Maybe I won't even apply next year. We'll see it. You said it. No. We don't say it out loud. We don't say it out loud. We have to be careful not to say it out loud. That's how we get fired. I know that technically my job is safe in this economy and in this environment, but I could still get fired as long as I do a few bad things. Ballhorn, thank you so much for your prime. And we have a hype train. Oh my god, we haven't had this massive of a hype train in ages. Holy smokes. Level 5 hype train. Choo choo. All aboard the scam strain. Hello, Chit. Welcome in. Hello, Earl Nest. I hope you're keeping well. It's just because we have a hype train, so I'm trying to keep up with the hype that's going on. I can still see all the YouTube comments. Don't worry. Let's go and have a bit of fun. Where's my hype train stuff? Do I not have hype train? Okay, I don't have hype train celebratory stuff, but I have something else. I have a message. I have a message to you. Just a message to you all lab rats. For this level 6 hype train. Nice. Beric. Oh, I forget what the last word is. Song. I am working nights. Good to hear. Good to hear. I'm sure saying it out loud in an empty field is allowed. That is true. That is true. Sure. On my last day of work for a long time, you could work harder. Is today officially your last day, Fizzerp? You're right, I could work harder. I suppose to be finishing my taxes right now. I don't want to. Oh shit, I need to do my taxes. Oh damn, I forgot about that. I think I'll do my taxes tomorrow in between all the rugby games. I think that might be the plan. Yeah. Because there's 3 rugby games tomorrow back to back, which is why I'm streaming today, by the way, if in case everyone's wondering. It's like, why is Tofu streaming on a Friday? Well, because, like I said, the schedule got switched around in work, which is great. I got to go home early. But number 2 is because tomorrow's rugby, and I've been missing out on a lot of the top games due to streaming on the weekends. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to take off the one super Saturday rugby season and have a good bit of fun and a good bit of crack with it. Whatever break for me. Fair enough, Reserve. Fair enough. Absolutely enjoy your break. And I hope you do absolutely nothing productive. No, I do not watch cricket. I don't even know. I don't know what cricket really is. At a fundamental level, I do not know what cricket is. Hi, Ninja. Welcome in. Yes, but I should do my taxes. Good shout. Need a reminder that I'm gonna do. You know, France are getting the slam. I have no confidence in England getting anything. Well, is slam the proper term? Or is a Grand Slam the full title? I thought slam means that they win everything, but because Scotland beat them, they can't get the slam. They can win the nations, but they can't get the slam. I'm hoping, there's 2 scenarios I'm hoping for. There's 3 scenarios I'm hoping for. No, two. England lose to France, but England doesn't get a bonus point. Or France doesn't get a bonus point. They win, but they don't get a bonus point. And then Scotland beats Ireland with a bonus point, and they win the whole championship, the whole nations. Case number 2 is that England beats France miraculously in some shape, way, or form. Something crazy happens.
No, thank you.
And then Ireland trash Scotland and Ireland wins nations. So those are the two scenarios.
And what about very old friends?
I hope my very old friends will support to make it possible. Turin, welcome in time for the train even. Choo choo. All aboard the train station. We are leaving it soon. We have 20 seconds until the train derails. Wait, no, that's the wrong thing. Derailing is a bad thing. Jesus, that's very inappropriate. Yes, well, fave team is obviously Ireland. But if Ireland can't win, I want Scotland to win. Hype train complete. Sharon, thank you so much for the resub. Really appreciate the PP points. Thank you so much for the level 6 hype train, for contributing 19 gift subs and 75 bits. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Just very, very kind for supporting this channel. I hope to put on some sub discounts for St. Paddy's Day. I'm preparing bits and pieces for St. Patrick's Day. We're going to do experiments. I'm going to talk about some Irish physicists. And yeah, we're going to do some original experiments. We've done Robert Boyle's experiment before. We'll redo it. And the other experiment that we're going to do is some cool diffraction stuff. Lasers. Sorry, I burped. I'm going to do some lasers. So yeah, tomorrow is a Grand Slam, or is a rugby games kip. So that's why tomorrow I have a few chores to do in the morning, and then I want to go watch rugby all day tomorrow and take a day off. Because I've been streaming every Saturday for a while now, and I've missed out on all the rugby games because of it. So I want to take advantage and enjoy my rugby season. Oh, that's awesome, Fallhorn. Crowd must have been wild during that time. I missed the hype. No worries, no worries. I'm sure there'll be other hype trains to go aboard in some shape, way, or form. What was the first rugby game you saw? Nice. So, in case anyone doesn't know, we've been doing this project for a long time. It's our tricorder project, where I am trying to build a real-life tricorder. Before we build and simulate it in Blender or Fusion, we are going to build it electronically first. So we're prototyping at the moment. So, prototyped two things separately, and it was really, really cool. A thermometer sensor, and a motion sensor. So we had where's my motion sensor? Oh, there it is. I was crazy. So yeah, we have our thermometer, ta-da, and we have our motion sensor, ta-da. And when we put them they work separately, but then when I put them two together, the OLED screens went crazy and they're not doing the thing that they're meant to do. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to desolder one of these OLED screens, because at the back of them, there's a serial number. Now, I haven't played around with this in a long time, but it is something quite unusual and new to me. Want to know which one is which. Maybe we should reverse polarity. We're not on the Star Trek Enterprise. God for Zerp. Come on, like. Jeez, be serious. We're doing real science here. Disappointed in you. There's no ghosts in space, Berserk! Does it detect the movements of ghosts? That's exactly what we need to test. Let me switch on this light here. Get a bit... That's my version of a thump, that's true. I just get so many bunzos and everything else thumping me these days.
and they call it a
Hi,
mine.
Silver. A mine. You call that a mine? We still need to test the Demon Core in a real live horror game, by the way. We haven't really tried it out properly during a horror game. I'm so tired. I don't want to spread any rumors yet, but I didn't sleep, so I slept so little last night. I'm worried. I was worried that, oh, this is like Insomnia 2.0, but insomnia is a stretch. Just bad sleep one day, hopefully. Hi, Bloatware. Silver, thank you again so much for the resub. 10 months, by the way. 10 months. What's up, Doc? There we go. We've plugged in the solder. You know what? Maxwell will find a way to haunt me regardless, Skip. Maxwell will find a way to haunt me. It doesn't matter. It matters not. It matters not. Ugh. There we go. Put my little 3D printed notepad thingy. Oh. Chilly, isn't it? Oh, did we get freezing temperatures in Ireland? Hold up a sec. I thought I saw a warning, a weather warning for Ireland. Let's see. It's 2 degrees at night tonight and tomorrow night. Okay, and it's only 7 degrees during the day. Very cold. Very cold indeed. Better make sure we keep our bums warm, so I'm just going to move the soldering station here, and I'm just going to connect my wonderful Elegoo stuff so that we can test that it's still bugged, right? Just make sure that everything is the way it used to be. That nothing has changed. Okay, plugged it in. Let's boot up the ID. Oh, I need to boot up the ID before I can screen capture it. Silly me. Oof! Best banana! Jesus Christ! Even a banana has more IQ than that. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness. Happy Friday. Hi, Young at Heart. How are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Let me boot up the ID so you guys can check this out. I think this is it. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is going on with the chat? Jesus, Harry. Fallhorn. What is wrong with everyone's IQ today? Oh, oof. So I'm going to be yawning all day. And you might say, Tofu, cut the stream, go to bed. But it's like, I'll just be lying on the couch because I'll refuse to sleep. I think the problem with losing sleep for me is the fact that, like, my eyes are sore. Why is everyone's IQ so low today? Oh my god. I am honored by your presence here today, honestly. The fact that you had the ability to find this stream today and show up is honestly incredible, chat. Absolutely fucking incredible. Alright, I'll show you what's happening. Let me pick you up, guys. So, we have these two OLED screens. This is the temperature sensor one. This is the second temperature sensor one that it's meant to blink at. And then this is the radar one. But that's supposed to be a separate line of code. So, I guess I want the sensor motion one to be separate. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this bad boy. That's true, Jay. The one way of looking at it is that we have so many low IQ lab rats in this room today that we can use most of them for the mines at least. For pure hardworking labor. And because they're not educated, it keeps the masses silent. Isn't that how that works? I read that in some Dictatorship 101 book. That if you don't educate your lab rats, you can do things to them. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. My hand keeps going on the mic. So let me show you what I'm going to do, chat. So carefully here. So this is the IC address, okay? So there's this one that's soldered at the moment. And as you can see from here to here, this connection is soldered. What I'm going to do is I'm going to desolder this, so it's unshorted, and solder this guy to this guy. Does that make sense? Are we happy with that? Is there any protests? What? Okay. So there's two serials on this OLED screen. There's this one and... Ooh, there's that. Well, let me use a little wire here. Help with this. There you go. So there's this serial and there's this serial. And at the moment, this is the serial for the OLED screen to operate. This is how I call the OLED in the code. So to switch it to this one, I have to desolder this little part here and solder this little part here. Does that make sense what I'm doing? I'm just upset that I've learned that I've been mispronouncing solder all my life. Actually, Casey, I did a whole YouTube video on that, on the pronunciation. And there's a really cool etymology to the word solder, if you're interested. And solder, if that's the way you say it, solder, that's an American way of saying it, but it's the original form of it from the English language. The Americans kept the original form, and then the English changed their one, and so with the rest of the world, for example, in the UK and Ireland, we changed it to the British form. But no, you're not mispronouncing it. Did people get pissed when you made that video? No, but you know what happened? Was I made this video, it got really great traction, something like 10,000 views, explaining how to pronounce solder. And then the next video, I do a little education thing on soldering. And I get, that's not how you pronounce solder on it. Basically, no matter how much educational videos I put out there, it always feels like there's a flux of mean, nasty, uneducated people correcting me all the time. Nice watchmakering. So, yeah, take what you will from that. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I learned I can't unsolder to say, oh my god, unsoldering is so difficult. Even like the suck thing is really, really hard. That being said, I did my second PCB off stream. It went really well. I'll show you my PCB, guys. Ooh. With a bit of practice, I just needed to get used to the... Stop. I just needed to get used to the PCB because this is my first time using it. The stains are the flux because I put on flux. I am a pro flux person now, chat. I'm a pro flux. I know, I'm a changed woman. I'm a changed woman. All right, so what I'm going to do is, can I zoom this in? So I know that you might not be able to see this very well, Were you anti-flux before? Kind of, yeah. I didn't like using it. I didn't think it was good. And yeah, now I can see.
And they call
No,
it a mine.
I have no idea. The color doesn't matter for the PCB as far as I know. I chose purple because it's pretty. It's pretty. I wish there was pink. DB Evolve, welcome in, welcome in. 16 months, let's go. Thank you so much for the support. You're very, very kind. Thank you. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, exactly, Casey. So that's why the history of the pronunciation of the word solder is very interesting to me because it's the exact opposite of what usually happens. Okay, I'm nervous. Okay, no, I can do this. Okay, no. Sorry. Let me get my shotgun. Shot through the heart, and you're too late. Tofu's something, a bad name. I know the lyrics, but I decided to switch it up, and then I fucked it up, and then yeah. So in case anyone's wondering, here's my shotgun. So when I'm ready to unsolder it, I go like that. That's my shotgun. I was using one. Yeah, these are really, really hard. I feel like you need 2 hands for this. Oh, wait, I do have 2 hands. What I meant was, I feel like you need another second pair of hands. Lol. Sometimes the jokes write themselves. Alright, let's see how we get on here. Never done this before. Oh, mother. Oh, interesting. Not melting. I've never done this before. This is my first time doing. Let me just Google that I'm doing this right. OLED serial. Solder. Am I doing this right? OLED serial change. Just adjusting the parallel chip. It involves soldering or yeah, okay. How do I do that though? Not telling me. It does say to desolder it. Feck. Okay, look. I'll try one more time. I'm so scared to damage this because this isn't like this is a chip, you know, this is a proper monitor. I could damage it. Take this. These guys are small SMD resistors too, you know? They look completely different. Yeah, resistor 1, resistor 2. These are tiny resistors. This doesn't look like a resistor. Is it? Let me look closer. It looks a bit different. Ugh. Oh no! It is, if you look closely. 472. It's a 472 ohm resistor. Okay. Then what am I meant to do? Am I just meant to short that then? Let me look at that. OLED. How to change. Ugh. Serial input. Or output, I guess. It depends. Oh, yeah. What do you mean switching from one location to another? I have no other chips. If that makes sense. Do you mean like the power needs to be switched? I feel like we Googled this last time and it told us to desolder it. Let me have a quick look. Bastard, can you give me a link, please, internet? Not what I'm looking for. Okay, let me look for another buzzword. LIC. Oh, I always forget this. So scared moving around the solder like that. Okay. Right, one. Is that not a 2-location area? What do you mean by move? Like physically move? Like push it down? No. It's just a soldered component. The only thing that I think is right, and I don't want to do this yet until I know for sure, because I'm asking for trouble if I don't check this, is to solder this resistor to the next serial. That's the only thing I'm going to try and double check real quick. I'm assuming that that's what I need to do. I need to short those, but I hope it's not that. Hi, Sarge, and welcome in. I just want confirmation, you know, of that thought process. Inch OLED. Change serial. I need a bigger table. Not enough space to do all these projects. Yes. Except the solder... Yes, it does. That's exactly what it looks like watchmakering if you zoom in. Yes. World. Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's definitely moved that resistor from what I'm finding. The center solder is common pin, yes. And it likely goes either pull up or pull down. Common practice. No, I understand that, I think. I understand what you're saying. I don't know how fixing this. How... Nothing changes based on what you said of what I'm meant to do in my brain. Do you know what I mean? No, it's a 400... Let me zoom in carefully for myself. 400 and... Oh, God, I can't even see properly. 472 ohm resistor, if I didn't know any better. I am, yes, but I was just sharing earlier that I didn't get my funding application through, so I'm a funless researcher at the moment. Let me look this up specifically. OX78 change to OX7A. Oh. Oreo. Look if there's someone. Okay, that's what I was trying to do. Wait, I'm confused now. I thought I needed to unsolder that thing. Does anyone have a YouTube of a guy just doing this? Just to make sure that I'm not crazy, that that's what I need to do. Like a little thing, like a little GIF even, to see how they do it. Because you have to unsolder at 2 points, right? Am I crazy? I mean, I know I am, but you know. This is insane. No? Oh. Hello, is a tricorder 3-stage encoder decoder? It is not. No. We're just building one for Star Trek from Star Trek, or we're designing and building one. Okay. Highlights. Okay. Cool. How do you move it? Show me how you move it. It won't show me how I moved it. It says, how do you move it? You son of a bitch. What if some of my OLEDs are automatically? Is that a thing that half of them are already in the correct one? That could be great. Nope. Nope. Damn it. They're all standard. Have an electronics tweezer. So if I didn't know any better, is that Jesus, it's such a tiny resistor though.
One does not simply
But I couldn't even lift it even if I wanted to. Hi Trooper, welcome in. How's your stream? No, I understand that. Thank you, Watchmakering. What I mean is, how am I meant to physically desolder this, pick this up, and resolder it? That's the question. Like, what's the physical action I need to do? Careful, for fuck's sakes. Trooper, thank you again so much for the raid.
No, thank you. We don't want any more visitors, well-wishers, or distant relations.
And what about very old friends? Very old friends indeed. Welcome in, Trooper. Thank you so much for the raid and subbing for 29 months. You're so kind. Welcome in. Thank you so much for sending your friends over here. Hello, Concerned Martian. Oh, this is so hard. I don't know how I'm meant to do this, guys. Finish relooted. Nice. I hope it went well. Hope it was good fun, good crack. Use iron and tweezers. Okay, yeah. So yeah, sorry, I don't have a hot air station, chat. I'm not that fancy. We're literally trying to yeah. If funding isn't an issue, what's your dream research area? Oh, great question. I would do a mass scale comparative battery technology energy storage. I would love to install a giant vanadium flow battery, a giant sodium battery, a giant, you know, some of the top 4 batteries. Do a bunch of research on them, lead research in all of them. But specifically that I want a practical integration with the electric grid to study their stability, to help support inertia issues on the grid. I want a practical solution solving problem research. But yeah, that's the only thing. Hi, Nexus. All right, chat. Here we go. Moment of truth. Gonna try and desolder one part very, very carefully. And with tweezers, oh god, this is so fucking difficult. Oh lads, oh lads. Oh my god. Disaster. What the fuck? I predict the resistor is soldered to the tweezers. I'm literally worried about that. Oh, lads, how does this... Oh my god, this is a disaster. Whose idea was this to do this? Why is this so hard? I was going to say, can I do that? Can I melt the whole resistor? Oh, so that solder's just not melting. Bruh. I doubt it with the temp you're using. Do I need to up the temp? Fuck. Okay, how hot do we need to make it? It's at 300 degrees Celsius already. Crazy. This is... The simplest solution is that we use a freaking 3 nanos to make this work. But like operating 3 nanos is so inefficient, I swear. Well, okay, we only need 2 nanos now that I think about it, because we need 1 nano for the LCD screen, which the OLED can connect to, and then the other OLED. You know what? We could do this. But we also have room to mess around with OLED screens. I have a few of them, so I'm not giving up on this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to achieve this. I'm not giving up, chat. This is not game over. It will not best me. I will achieve greatness. I am greatness. Hi, Mort. Welcome in. For science. Motherfucker, lads, it's not even moving a tiny bit. Add new solder. I am so scared to do that, Shreya. I know that that makes sense, but also, let me look at this up. Factory solder temperature. Typically range from 300 to 350 degrees. Okay. 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 350, baby. Let's fucking go. We're gonna be unstoppable, team. I'm gonna achieve greatness if it's the last thing I frickin' do. You gonna disappear? As in from our stream? Or disappear from your job? Okay, so I'm touching the resistor. I'm hoping the resistor conducts the temperature. A little bit of pressure to bully it. Wait. There's a little lump. There's a little lump. Double check that that's a real lump. Motherfucker, it's not working! Just keep going back and forward to each leg for 5 seconds each time. Okay, let's do that. I'll take your advice, watchmaker, and I'll try that now. Never letting it go. Never. Still not melting. It's still not melting. I'm doing nothing to it. I want to cry. I just want to cry. My whole world is over. I'm a failure at everything. I can't get PhD funding. I can't get research funding. And I can't even sleep. How am I meant to even desolder one little fucking connection? Okay, that was a bit venty. I'm sorry. I've had a lot going. I'm going through a lot. I'm a little bit stressed these days. It's okay. Fine. This is why we don't stream on Fridays after work. I'm a mess. Never stream after work. You know what? That's a good idea. Let's put flux on it. Let's try. Let's try put flux on it. I've never used flux for desoldering, but I guess it wouldn't cause any harm anyway. Oh, where's my needle? Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I'm scratching my eye. Ugh. What Thermodynamics, air's an insulator, bastard. Isn't that always the problem? Air and... So tiny. I think I need a magnifying. Oh, Jesus, what have I done? Gonna be some fumes? Chat, stand back. Health and safety, everybody stand back. I'm a professional. Tofu. Everybody back? We're all good? Okay, here we go. We have some fumes now. No, 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 hold your breath. No sniffing, sniffing. These are not the fumes you sniff. Bitch, melt for me. Melt, I know you want to. I know you want to. Melt. Melt. Melt! What I'm trying to do, and this might be dangerous, is that I'm trying to literally push it a little bit. I'm also applying a tiny force. A bit dangerous with the solder, but I'm pushing it away. So, worst case scenario, I damage my PC or something on the desk instead of, well, me. Quite important. Oh my god, it's rock solid, chat. It's absolutely rock solid. Jesus Christ. I must have burnt everything in the back. Honestly, I think the OLED is just dead at this stage. There's no way it's surviving, surely. Jesus fucking Christ. Ah, lads. Ah, lads. Oh, don't worry, Aiden. Thank you so much for the kind words. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Gives me the illusion that it's almost melted, you know? Chat! Chat! Nobody move. Nobody move a muscle. I'm gonna move my shotgun. I'm grabbing my shotgun. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Nobody panic! Oh! Oh! Oh, where'd it go? Oh! Oh! Let's go! Let's fucking go! It worked! Oh, thank fucking God. Oh my God. Now to resolder the son of a bitch. Oh no. Oh, okay. Take that, you bastard. Okay, we're probably gonna let it cool. The tears loosened. I think most of my resistors would be way too large, just looking at a watchmaker. I don't have a resistor that would fit in there. You know the way they say don't let, what's the word? Don't let the electronics hear you be stressed or upset, because otherwise they're just not going to work on purpose. Maybe the electronics felt really bad for me, because I was so upset earlier. True, maybe watch like I'll try and give it a go. Oh my god, it's so tiny. Still some solder on it left, or is that my wax on it? How tiny this is. My god. You know, my username is Tiny Toxic Tofu, but nothing has been as toxic. This little piece of shit on my fingertip. Do you see that little piece of shit? This SOB made me cry. You know, there's something to be said about it's not the size that matters and all that. There's some truth to this. But also, I have a bunny by the name of, well, Bunzo, as you guys know. And there's she's a dwarf. She's a dwarf rabbit, which means she's tiny and she has short little ears. And dwarfs are notoriously known for being dicks. God, how do I put... Oh my god, chat, I have no idea how to solder this. I think desoldering this was the easy part. That's a resistor, yep. It's the tiniest resistor ever. Oh, for fuck's sakes. But how do I solder this? Yeah, no, that's probably a good shout. Let's remove the old solder. Let's put this down here. And let's remove the old solder first, I would say. Let me get my shotgun ready. Shot through the heart, and you're too late. You give love a bad name, bad name. Want to. Want me. That didn't work. Some of it did come off. Very tiny bit. Not much. Make sure I don't lose it. I'm going to put my tweezers right in between it. So that's where it is. Maybe they're like dogs. The yappiness is inversely proportional to the size. Kind of, yeah. Someone mentioned that, you know, the rescue that I got Bunny from, Bambi from, still contacts me to this day. They're always kind of saying, like, she's such a weird rabbit. She's so small. And yet she's such an asshole to, like, both humans and other bunnies. It's so weird. For such a small rabbit, she sure is an asshole. Shit, sorry. Oh my god, it wasn't ready. Do you think I need to add more flux to it to desolder it? Ooh, I'm getting loads off actually. This is working. Kind of scraping it off seems to work. It's not great, but... Man, this PCB is really good. Like, it's really heat resistant. That worked. I don't think I know how to use a shotgun, to be honest. Is this an LCD? It's an OLED screen, yeah. I'm trying to change the serial number on it. And I clearly don't have the equipment to deal with this. Hi, Logitech Al. Welcome in. The bigger the glob, the better the job. Oh, do you think the wick will work? I have a wick. I've never used it, though. Let's try that. I have a wick. So she's a Chihuahua in bunny form. Yes. Netherland dwarf bunnies are notoriously known for being cunts. So Bambi is basically the Chihuahua version of the world. I think I need to strip this a bit. Just a little... Okay, here we go. I think, am I right in saying this? I put this wick over it. Like this. Oh, jeez. Do I put flux on it as well? Is that it? So I put this wick over it. And I put the solder on top. And the solder should kind of into the wick. Am I right in saying? So I put the wick over. Then put the iron on top. And then a bit of flux. Okay, let's put a bit of flux on it too. We're learning. We're learning live on stream. Oh no. I knocked over my resistor. I really need to get a paintbrush for this. Using driver. Welcome in, Flesh Wound. Alright, let's try this out. First time trying it. Woo! I mean, we've done a lot of firsts today. Is this conductive? I mean, it is copper, but I don't think it is, right? How badly conductive is this wire? Should I hold it really far back? Or is it as conductive as a solder is? It's pure copper? Fuck! Okay, should I hold it? Am I allowed to hold it like this? Is this safe? Yes, you can hold it. Okay. But it's like, it's the same thing as solder, that like, it will conduct eventually. Okay, fuck it. If it gets hot, I just drop it and scream like a little bitch. Let's go! Woo! My hand is so shaky right now. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, sorry, guys. The solder's just... Wait.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
Son of a bitch. Oh, not you, Cake. Cake Raid! Welcome in, Raiders! Hello! I'm real, I promise. I'm a real person.
Red alert. All hands stand to battle stations. Lay in an intercept course on the Romulan ship. Shields up. Load all torpedo bays. Stand by phasers.
Warp factor 8. Engage.
Hello, Raiders! Welcome in, Cake. Welcome in, welcome in. Hopefully you're streaming well. Today is Friday, which means that you're cooking something. If you can, before you need to raid and dash, could you let us know what you cooked? Chat, if you guys don't know, Cake is another fellow Irish streamer, and she does... I don't know how to explain Cake. Cake is... an interesting streamer. Very, very entertaining. Oh my god. What did chat? Oh. Okay. I'm checking out this clip. We're checking out this clip. I'm glad I didn't show that. That's TOS. It will explain... This doesn't explain anything of what you cooked today. That's just TOS. Ah. The Oblivion music is so perfect. Clearly, clearly. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. If you guys don't know me, I'm Tiny Toxic Tofu. I stream science and technology education. Today, I'm just working on one of my projects, which is to build a tricorder. And so I'll show you what I have so far, designed and built. I have a tricorder that has a motion sensor associated with, and an infrared range temperature sensor as well, so it can measure at a point the emitted radiation of bodies and also the ambient temperature. I still need a third part to it, but to be honest, you could argue that this temperature reads two things already. And so the idea is that it's a tricorder. It should measure three things to detect whether or not there's life. one of the problems is one of the screens to show motion sensors, a little radar image. The serial at the back of it is not correct, so I've been trying to adjust it, but we're working with the most tiniest electronics while having the most clunkiest soldering station, so I'm just doing the best that I can. It's not working out very well. There's a lot of swearing going on. Is that a demon core? Yes, it was the last project I did. So before the tricorder, I built a demon core. It's not connected at the moment, but the idea behind it is if I'm really loud, it glows and blows up, and there's a little Geiger counter sound effect that happens if I bang the lid too hard or if I scream too loudly. So yes, that's one of our projects. Another guy, I just had to take apart this robot again. I'm so sorry, chat. I didn't let you know this, but I needed the batteries from Cricket. So Cricket is our avoidance robot, as we like to avoid things in life. And yeah, and Bob, we took apart Bob. We're going to replace Bob this summer. I promise. Bob is coming back, the self-balancing robot. Cake didn't have enough time and forethought to make something, so we had a running bit for the entire stream, and we're making food known as, Fair enough. Thanks for the context, Wasteland. I appreciate it. I thought it was TOS what Cake ended up making, but usually Cake bakes or cooks or makes something really delicious on Fridays. Some really, really fun gimmicky stuff in the past. I remember there was cake from, not cake, but like actual cake, from Animal Crossing, but just also just delicious food, things that you would cook at home yourself, and it's really great inspiration, so I highly recommend you guys check her out. No, not a comm badge, no. Have you dropped a screwdriver? No, but when I pose with it, I pose with a screwdriver. Okay, you guys are more than welcome to hang out. We do play video games as well. So the game that I'm playing at the moment is Dyson Sphere Program. I started it last week, so I'm going to be playing it this evening. And yeah, and I teach physics as well. So on Sunday, I'll be teaching, and Tuesday for St. Patrick's Day, I'll be teaching physics. I'm going to teach 4 different cool physics from 4 Irish physicists. The spoilers are, it's going to be Robert Boyle, Kathleen Longsdale, George Stoney, and Ernst Walton. So we're going to do electron, particle physics, X-ray diffraction, and the ideal gas law. And we're going to do real experiments. Legal experiments. Yeah, it'll be legal. Anyways, chat, I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to handle you a little bit here. Apologies if it was against your will. Gotta do what you gotta do. This is as best of a zoom I can get on the camera, so you guys going to watch me try and solder one of those tiny resistors. But what I'm trying to do even before that is I'm trying to remove some solder here. It's all waxy. Trying to remove some solder here. I have no idea how I'm meant to solder this back on, chat. I actually have no clue. Will you also explain what makes that ideal gas law ideal over other gas laws? Absolutely. It makes life easier. That's the only good thing I can say about it. Just makes life easier. But yeah, I should explain actually why the ideal gas law is called the ideal gas law. Hi, Aurelia, welcome in. I always get your name wrong. I've learned how to say Aurelia the whole time. And then I think, is that the one that was corrected? Is it okay, I'm going to say it. Aurelia. Is that correct? Or did I say it wrong again? If you guys are also interested in science, Aurelia does science stuff as well. Sound it out by the order of the letters. Ariella. Ah, yes! That's a fair point. Just pronounce it the way the letters look. You're a genius. Ariella. I'm so sorry. I didn't think of pronouncing your name the way I see it. Who could have thought? Who could have thought? Pronounce words the way you see them. Definitely not the fucking English language anyway. It's a rough day for tofu. You know what? It actually is. Today's been a really bad day. Well, it's been good and bad. I've had the extremes happen to me. Hi, Daniel. Welcome in. Welcome in. Daniel, I sent you a message, by the way. I don't know if you've received it already. Maybe you did. Fuck's sakes. I'm just so shaky today. This is the best soldering I'm gonna get. I can't, like, it's already a little bit hooked out, but I don't think I'll get any better than that. Do you think archaeology is an art or a science? Oh, I thought it was hardcore science, not even a question about that. Didn't even realize it could be an art. Do you mean an arts degree? Is that what, is that, Oh, but arts degree are BS anyway. So, that sounds bad. No, don't cancel me yet. Let me explain. What I mean by arts degrees are BS is... No, don't misquote me. Listen. I have an explanation for this. What I mean by that is you could literally get a proper science degree from university and they will say that it's an arts degree when it's a pure science degree. And that's what I mean by BS. The title of an arts degree is complete. Oh my god, please don't cancel me. Hi, Slow. Welcome in, Raiders. Oh my god.
Red alert. All hands stand to battle stations. Laying an intercept course to the Romulan ship. Shields up. Load all torpedo bays. Stand by phasers. Warp factor 8. Engage.
No, let me explain. No, okay. I did not say that arts degrees are BS. That's not, okay. I did say that, but that's not what I meant. Please don't come in. Hi, welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. I'm Tiny Toxic Tofu. I clearly just talk a whole bunch of BS. Okay, just in case there are a few people ready to cancel me, what I meant was it doesn't matter if your degree is BA, Bachelor of Arts. The degree itself could be purely scientific. BA is a university ethos associated word. It doesn't mean that yeah, to me, it's a pure science degree. Anyways, there we go. There. Anyways, hi guys, welcome in. Toxic Chick's name out. How is your stream, Slow? I'm so sorry I wasn't hanging in your stream for a long time because of Requiem. And then I see you playing Far Cry. How are you finding that series? I'm curious. Apparently in the US, the reason archaeology is considered BA is because you can't replicate it through the scientific method. But the scientific method changes across all fields. This is why, like, you know, microbiology has a lot of restructuring going on and a lot of debate and stuff like that. The scientific method that's in physics has to be altered a little bit for all fields. So I wonder why they did that for archaeology. You like them? Okay, interesting. I've looked at Far Cry as a series to play. It doesn't look like it's my bread and butter. But yeah, if you're enjoying, that's great. And I hope you enjoyed Requiem. We're avoiding spoilers. Here's what I plan on doing. I'm getting married in 3 weeks' time. Oh my god, yeah, in 3 weekends. Oh. So in 3 weekends, I'm getting married. Thinking Frigate, thank you so much for the resub. Really appreciate it. So I'm going away that weekend. The weekend I come back, which is my honeymoon, I'll be playing Resident Evil Requiem with Grandpa Leon. So Nate will be in the room next door playing Resident Evil 9. I'll be in this room playing Resident Evil 9. And that is how I'm going to be spending my honeymoon. So I've been avoiding as many spoilers as possible for that game. Sounds like a dream honeymoon. Yes, it really is. Thank you, thank you. So, if you need to raid and dash, I completely understand. Thank you so much for sending your friends over here. If you guys want to hang out, you're more than welcome. We are losing our minds very slowly today with a soldering project. It's the tiniest soldering I've ever done in my life. So do you see this little guy at the tip of my tweezer? You see that little speck? That's what we're trying to solder. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind at the moment. But that's what we're trying to do. We learned a few new things. Once we get that done, hopefully we'll program and then we'll play some Dyson Sphere program. I don't know if anyone's played that game. It's still early access, but it's good crack so far. Yeah, it's good fun. Yeah, so Ariella, haha, I read your name. I think you're right about that. There's certain universities in Ireland that work the same way, that it's department controlled. So if you enroll in this course under this department, it's going to be a Bachelor of Arts. If you enroll under this department in this specific department, it will be a Bachelor of Science. So there are people who have a Bachelor of Science have nothing to do with science, and vice versa, people who have a Bachelor of Arts in fields that are complete science. Thank you, Singing Frigate, for the resub. Really appreciate it. So yeah, that's a very similar situation here in Ireland, I would say. The Far Cry series is worth. It's pure shooter and combat. Fiat. I don't know if I'd be into that. I'm kind of shit at that kind of stuff. Like, Cyberpunk and GTA 5 were the only two games I think I played that were like driving and shit. And I think they were such cultural, iconic games that I was forced to play it a bit, almost. And I enjoyed them, but I'm not good at them. I need 4 hands for them. Sleep. No worries, Clano. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for the raid again, Slow. I really do appreciate it. Goodness. Okay, I've placed it perfectly and carefully. This is how tiny this is. I don't think chat can even see what I'm doing properly. Okay, interesting. Yeah, look, I will say that a lot of people will tend to treat it as very black and white. That, oh, if you didn't get this, it's because of this reason. And what's interesting is, because of the day and age of internet and social media, is that you tend to learn now that other people around the world have a completely different structure, and that academia isn't as black and white as it is in your place, as it is in the rest of the world, which is all great and really interesting and, you know, cool and stuff. But just to be mindful of that, I would say. Hi, Ambershi. Yeah, exactly. It's not like Mass Effect. So Mass Effect I played through, but it's not, I don't know how to explain. I know Mass Effect is a shooter game, but I wouldn't say it's a shoot. Yeah, okay, I'm going to stop talking. I'm talking a lot of shit lately. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and solder this. Chat, hold your breath. How do I get in here? Oh, you motherfucker. Not you.
No, thank you. We don't want any more visitors, well-wishers, or distant relations.
And what about very old friends?
Who's the very old friend who just showed up, knocking on the door? Hi, Gertie. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you today? I hope you're keeping well. Chat, it's not the best solder, but I have a connection. It's down. Mr. President, we're down. Yes! May 9th, bachelor's, May 10th, MD, PhD. Let's go! Did you know you are the best tofu? Well, I think we should do a proper conclusive study, Gertrude, before we start that. Hey, Buns! What are you doing? Do you want to say hi? Want to say hi to Twitch chat? Well, if you come in here, I'll say hi, but otherwise stay out there. Mr. President. Hi, Science Fish. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, how are you doing? Hi, Wee, welcome in. Hi, Ab, welcome in. Gas laws make life so harder. They're tricks or visualization for adiabatic theories. Yeah, I actually I'm going to record a new video soon on that topic. You know what? I'm going to follow the advice of putting flux on. I'm going to do a whole thermodynamics series, and I've just planned out my next video. It's about work compression on ideal gas. The two different types of processes that we do. The etymology of quasi-static. That's a big word we use in thermodynamics all the time. Bunch of stuff that I plan to do. Happy Friday the 13th, by the way. Welcome in, welcome in. Randomized control ties indicate statistical significant change. Thanks, Gertrude. Or should I say miserable? Chris, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Hi, Tetsu. I was just sharing earlier that, you know, today's been a weird day of an emotional roller coaster. I didn't sleep, so my eyes are very, very sore and I'm very tired. So we'll try and be careful today with the stream. The other thing that I wanted to say was... I know that people commented that I shouldn't put solder on the tip, but especially in this case, I actually think it really, really helps because of the awkwardness of the system here. Anyways, didn't sleep. I got my review feedback for my PhD funding that I didn't get, which was quite traumatizing. And as always, it's reviewer 2 who traumatized me. And then... right before stream, I went live, I found out that I got my promotion at work. So I have soft-capped my career. I have to wait for some professors to die before I could apply for professorship. So I've hit the cap of my career at the age of 30. Time to play a new game. Woohoo! I just removed the shoulder. Shouldn't have touched it. Good. Cool it down and see if it works. Ah, yes. Good old reviewer 2. And yeah. Reviewer 2 was brutal. I just don't get it. How it's always reviewer 2. Is that like a known thing? Because how is it always reviewer 2 that's always the meanest one? In my case, it's always been a reviewer 2. And the memes always say it's reviewer 2. Out here. I'm hoping this works. Oh, still not fully zoomed out. Hello, hello. Maybe editors started assessing the number on purpose. Yeah, I wonder because like, or is it something like a yes sandwich? You know that to make sure that you don't get scared, they always put reviewer 1 as the nicest commentary. So they quickly look through the comments. They're like, okay, reviewer 1 is the nice one. So they always put that first. And then they quickly scan through the rest of the reviews like, oh my God, reviewer 2 was brutal. Let's put reviewer 2 as reviewer 2. And then whoever amount of reviewers afterwards. It's just kind of like an easing thing in. Because in my cases, in all my publication and funding application experience, only been like 3 that were rejected in total, but all 3 it was reviewer 2 that gave me the golden middle finger, if that makes sense. Hey chat, sure if this worked, so I'm just gonna check the firmness. I did it! Look at me. Okay, let me show you what I did. Explain to everyone. Camera, focus. Hello. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, stop it. Okay. So I moved this little resistor over to here, and I think it works. Got a good connection? I hope it did. Yeah, so I didn't even have a hot air thing, so it was my first time doing it. And you know what? Was it messy? Sure. Did I have 3 meltdowns? Also true. But you know what? We'll take the wins where we can, chat. We'll take the wins where we can. Life is too short. Life is too short. Whew. Feels good, man. Feels good. Now, we'll know in future how to do this. Ireland looks pretty, does it? Are you talking about outside the door? Don't be illusioned by light rays coming in here. We don't get sun very often here. It's all a lie. But we'll be celebrating St. Patrick's Day on Tuesday, which will be a stream on that day. And it was one of my front page applications that got accepted after months and months of applying. So we'll be teaching physics from 4 famous Irish scientists. And I'm looking forward to one of them, Kathleen Longsdale. I really didn't know too much about her, even though I used to study in the Longsdale building. Yeah, I looked into her work, and it's actually interesting. We can even replicate an experiment or two here in this room. It'll be fun to try and do that live on stream. Because it's kind of fascinating that, you know, you get diffraction gratings and pictures, and scientists from looking at that can measure what the atom is or what the molecule is, and how do they do that? And so we'll do a simple diffraction grating experiment here to show that how it's done. Is an alien concept true? Rained a lot this year. A lot. That's for sure. Okay, so I'm going to plug this guy back in. Oh no, it's not missing. And we're going to see how this code works after I go for a cup of tea. Actually, pea and coffee. Let's do pea and coffee, because like I mentioned earlier, I didn't get sleep last night. I hope my insomnia is not back. It's okay, it just happens, right? Humans go through this. They lose sleep sometimes. We're all human. Hi, Grim! So I'm hoping that's just that. Hi, Moistrix. Welcome in, welcome in. Alright, we'll take a quick break here. We're going to make some coffee. We're going to pee. Bunzo's not here. I'm going to go annoy Bunzo. And when we come back, we are going to see if I completely fuck the OLED display. I know the D stands for display anyway. We're going to see if we messed it up and destroyed it. And if it didn't get destroyed, hopefully we'll fix the code. I want you all to cross your fingers, your toes, your toenails, your eyelashes, your ears. Yes. Cross everything for me, chat. I'll be right back. To launch your big spaceship versus a small spaceship. But the velocity that it needs to achieve remains constant. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I wish you luck in getting off the surface of the Earth. It's a scary world we live in these days. I'm holding something really special in my hand. This guy is an inductor. Earlier, I made a series on the capacitor, and the equivalent opposite of a capacitor is an inductor. A capacitor stores energy in an electric field, while an inductor stores it in a magnetic field, i.e. electromagnetism. The principle of an inductor is very different to a capacitor, however. It is a copper wire, or any conducting wire to be fair, wrapped around a medium, such as this wire wrapped around this marker, so that when a current is going through this wire, a magnetic field is created. Hopefully we know that when there is current going through a wire, an electromagnetic field is generally created around one. But this is a unique case where the wire is being wrapped around a coil. The current is very important in this relationship. As the current changes, so does the electromagnetic field. As the current increases, the electromagnetic field increases, and as the current decreases, the electromagnetic field decreases. Changing an electromagnetic field induces a voltage in the coil in the opposite direction of the current. I'll chat about that in a little while. If we look at a wire that has coils in it, we know that there is an electromagnetic field in each coil. Because the coils are so close together, however, they kind of stack on top of each other. There are all these definitions for inductance and how a magnetic field develops inside a coil. And I'm going to give you my explanation as to why this happens. It's probably not exactly the most scientific, but it's the way my mind works. As the current begins to go through the wire, an electromagnetic field is established across the wire as well. And then when the wire coils, the electromagnetic fields start to interact. It takes some time for the coil to sort itself out. There's a magnetic field there, and they're overlapping, and it needs some time to sort out the magnetic field that is there. So initially, when you turn on your circuit, you turn on your current, the coil panics and it needs to stop the current from flowing for the first few seconds because it needs to sort out its magnetic field. As more time passes, more current is allowed to pass through. This is a typical behavior of an inductor in a DC circuit. I was always told never to personify anything in physics, but if your mind works in this way, perhaps this explanation works best. The energy that is stored in the coil is half times the inductance times the current to be squared. And if you want to measure the inductance of your inductor or calculate it, here's a general equation for it. L is equal to n squared mu A over L. A is the cross-sectional area. In the example of my pen earlier, it will be the cross-sectional area here, or if we slice it down the middle, assuming that it's all the same, it will be the shape of the circle that we see in there, pi r squared. L is the length of the coil. N is the number of times we wrap the wire around this pen. And finally, mu is the permeability. It is the ability of an electromagnetic field to be established. And it ultimately depends on what your inner core is made up of. Here I've demonstrated a very simple mathematical problem where given the number of times the wire is wrapped around, we know that the area is pi r squared, so we need to extract the radius. The permeability is given, and so is the length. The unit for inductance is Henry, and usually we won't be using that unit very often because that is a very large value. Usually inductors are very, very small, to the range of millihenries. Before I get to the official definitions of inductance, I want to cover the definition of two laws, Faraday's law and Lenz's law. Faraday's law states that the amount of voltage induced in a coil is directly proportional to the rate of change of the magnetic field with respect to the coil. That d phi dt is the rate of change of the magnetic field. That is magnetic flux. The constant that changes this from directly proportional to an equation is the number of coils. Lenz's law states that as the current through a coil changes, an induced voltage is created because of the changing electromagnetic field. And the polarity of the induced voltage is such that it always opposes the change in current. I had already mentioned or hinted this a while ago. What this means that the polarity of the inductor, as in where the positive and negative potential on either side of the inductor is, will literally switch to oppose the flow of current. So for the first few moments in time when you switch the DC circuit on, the polarity of the inductor will literally switch in the opposite direction. This is very, very useful in AC circuits. So finally, looking at the definition, inductance is the measure of a coil's ability to establish an induced voltage as a result of change in its current, and the induced voltage is in the direction to oppose the change in current. It's a bit of combination of Faraday's and Lenz's law. Putting these guys together allows us to express the equation V induced, the voltage induced, is equal to L, the inductance, times di dt, which is the rate of change of current, how current changes per unit time. Similar to a capacitor, an inductor, I leave you for 2 whole minutes. One in here. Ansel. Say hello to chat. Oh. Are you comfortable there? Cat, say hello to Bambi. Hi, Yuli.
No, thank you.
Okay, sit on my
We
lap.
don't want any more visitors, well-wishers, or distant relations.
And
what about very old friends?
Very old friends indeed, Yuli. 30 months, let's go. Welcome in, welcome in. Aw, cutie. It is a bunny, yeah. She's a cutie patootie. A cutie patootie. So she's our overlord. She's the boss. And whatever she says, you must do. Welcome in, Damien. Isn't that right, Buns? Okay. And so let me hear. What does she say? Yeah? Okay. Give loads of subs and bits so that Tofu can buy her more treats, more toys, more cardboard. Do you want cardboard? Okay. More cardboard. And dig deeper in the mines. Balrog, are you sure? Okay, and wake up Balrog.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Thank you, Kip, for the 100 biddies. Mwah. Will you say thank you to Kip? So good. So good. Lads, thank you so much for the sub mask. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the PP points. I really do appreciate that. Abby, would you see that? We're getting more treats. Haha. I am using Bambi to get more money on Twitch. Mwahaha. I should employ her. She should get a tax break and all. Alright? No, stop begging. No, that's a bad attitude. Stop, you can't. She begs a lot these days.
Call it a mine.
Bulbagen, thank you so much for the resub. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. She does need to pay her rent. That is true. This bunny does not pay rent at all. We thought, okay, because we need to redig our whole yard. We thought, you know what? We'll put a little fence. We'll make her dig, like put her in there and let her dig away at it. And passively, we'll redig the whole lawn. This bunny touches the dirt and she freaks out and keeps flicking her paws because she's like, ew, it's dirty ground, ew. And she won't dig a single thing because it dirties her paws. What do you have to say for yourself, Bambi? What do you have to say for yourself? Thank you, Bulbaden, for the resub. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Mask, for the sub. We appreciate the PP points. Thank you, Kip, for the 100 bits. And Uni for the resub as well. Germaphobe. Exactly. Hi, E. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're keeping well. What do you think, Bums? No? She's cleaning herself. I touched her, so she's like, ew. I must clean. I must clean. I'm dirty. Stretch. Look at that yoga pose. Alright. Here's a moment of truth. I'm building a radio. Oh, Jesus. I tried starting building a radio once. It's a lot harder than it is. I think before you try to build a radio in City, I recommend learning how a radio works. Because if you don't know how a radio works before you try to build it, troubleshooting is almost negligible. That's the advice I can give you, if any. I'm just going to wait for my coffee. We're almost there. Actually, I'll boot up the IDE. Oh, I can connect the IDE, actually, while we're waiting for the coffee. That's my PC. I just connected the Arduino to the PC. Nobody panic. Everyone relax. Relax. Programming. There we go. Oh, that sounds fun. A little kit. That sounds like a good way to get it going. Radio works just like electronics, powered by lightning and magic. All factual statements. So let's have a quick look at this code before I grab the coffee. Okay, so at the moment, the OLED screen is not working. It's not lighting up at the moment. The second one. Great sign. Tofu, if it's not working, that's not a good thing. But no, you don't understand. It is a good thing. Because that means that the serial is not correct. And that's a good thing. Okay, now nothing works. I think I fucked everything up. Oh, shit. Oh, resetting worked. Okay, that's fine. So, the next step is to look through this code. I looked up the website Adafruit. They're a really class website, by the way. I would love to work with them. Hi, Chaplainmans. Welcome in, welcome in. Where do I declare serial? There we go. Have you technically, yes, we have reversed the polarity. We have. That's what we're hoping everything works now. I do declare. Choo choo! Thank you so much for all the biddies and subs. I know it was a bit of a bait, but I really appreciate leaning into the memes for the bait. We love memes! Life without memes is just... life not worth living, is it? Isn't that right? Oh, my coffee! Andy, stop distracting me. Have my coffee! Oh, okay, that's fair. Every time I open the fridge, I'm supposed to bring blueberries. I'm coming, Bambi. I'm coming. Flick, 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 flick. Right? Little blueberry. Oh, I have a soldering kit over here. Okay. Also, Tofu, what are you going to do to celebrate Pi Day tomorrow? Is Pi Day tomorrow? It's the American Pie. So it's Irish rugby tomorrow, so I'm not streaming. Yeah, I'm not streaming tomorrow at all. Because it's Super Rugby Saturday and because I deserve a day off. Because yes, I know you're like, Tofu, you never stream anyway. You only stream like once or twice a week. And I would say you're absolutely right, lab rats. I only do stream once or twice a week, and that's because that's all the time off I have. So I'm having time off on top of my time off. That's the plan. Put this up so I can keep an eye on YouTube as well. What do you mean American Pie? So it will be 13 tomorrow. True. No worry, Mask. Take care of yourself. Let's look at this code chat. So, if I'm not mistaken, with these OLED screens, let me double check at the back. It's X078. No, it's 3C. Huh? Huh? Sorry, I'm going to be yawning a lot today. Like I said, no sleep. How do I make one of these codes go to the other screen? I don't declare it anywhere else. This is not the screen address. I would assume that that's it, but mine is actually OX. Okay, so we've defined it as only one screen. So I guess we would need two. How do I do that? Great question, chat. How do we get two different screens declared? I'll do declare. Old. No, not old. OLED. 0.96 inch OLED. Dual display. Two different serials. I think this is too specific. I don't know if I'm going to get a proper example. If you guys find a link that can help me, I know you might jump in and chat and help me, which I do appreciate, and I don't want to deter from it. But chat gets cluttered. You're saying something, another person saying something, there's overlay. So if you're going to help, and I really appreciate help, make sure it's one paragraph. So all the information is in one section, so I don't get lost. Or number two, if you find a link that seems really relevant, throw it into the chat. I appreciate that as well. I don't mean to have all these terms and conditions. If you want to help, you have to do this and this. It's just, in my experience, when we have a busy chat, loads of people want to help and we appreciate that. But then, you know, people get frustrated and angry, and I get frustrated and angry, and then words are said and... Oh, okay. Let's have
Grüezi YouTubers. Here is the guy with the Swiss accent again.
As shown in the previous video, you can connect many different sensors or displays to one I2C bus. I will not cover these topics again in this video, but I enclose the link in the comment. Sometimes you need more than only one equal I2C devices like displays for your project, and your Arduino board.
I hope you're welcome in. Hi, Swallowed.
I2C connection. In this video, I will show you how to reach your goal. I will use two equal OLED displays and a BMP085 pressure and temperature sensor. They are all connected to an Arduino Uno as a master. As usual, let's check first if everything is working properly. The multi-speed scanner shows only two addresses. 3C, which is an OLED, and 77, which is the BMP085 sensor.
I can't see shit. Okay, so I think it's right. So what he's doing is you need to state display 1 and display 2, basically. Which is what I thought we needed to do. And then we can write code, which is kind of nice. This is actually really nice. I still think I need better coding help here, like syntax help. I don't think I understand the syntax. This doesn't look right to me. But I think that's a right idea. So we state what display 1 is, and we state what display 2 is, and then we just assign which one is which, and like every line of code that we say display will state whether it's on 1 or 2. I think that's kind of straightforward. Hi, Hofian. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, completely different data on both, but simultaneously. Well, as close as you can get simultaneously on 1 nano. Okay, so let's look at the code. I'll show this. Confused. To be fair, it's not easy. It's not easy to confuse me. It's not too difficult to confuse me, but I'll just show you what I'm looking at. Oh. Having a look at this link at the moment. See if we can code 2 OLEDs at the same time. Sorry, I'm just clicking. Coffee. Thinking. Ooh. My phone's buzzing. Let me just make sure everything's okay. Everyone fine? Oh, there it is. I was trying to find where it's displayed. So I don't understand this. CS divide. No, that's a comment. Is this? Does it mean that that's voltage and ground? Yeah, that's all it is. Where's the pin though? Where's the syntax? Or is that the syntax for the address? Arduino, hello! Speak of the devil. Well, it's just we're working with Arduinos at the moment. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? Those are the pins, I think. This is the pin? I know these are the pins. Yes, these are the pins. I got that part. What is that, though? Bambi, your toilet has been sent. Sorry, I ordered toilet paper for Bambi. Aren't you using a different driver? Yes, I am. Oh, it's this specific library. Okay, fair enough. Maybe I can Google specifically Adafruit, because that's what I'm using. That'd be great. How are you keeping an Arduino? Adafruit. 2 OLED screens at the same time. How do we work through that? I'm evil. Okay, let's try this. Let's look at our code and let's experiment. I can't seem to find an exact example of what I'm looking for, but you know what? Let's try to use common sense. Not that we have any in the chat today because our IQs are extremely low for some reason. I have no idea why everyone got less than 50 IQ today. But that being said, let's brainstorm this. Let's just trial and error this shit. And look at what we have. Hey, I had 86. Sorry, Kip. My bad. You're the genius in this room. And that's not even an exaggeration. Oh, yeah. No. Thank you, Nerdwino, for the raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I understood. Chat told me that you were at the Radio Observatory. Sorry, guys. There's a 5-second cooldown for the... Oh, my God. Can we stop using the IQ command? What is with the IQ today? It's crazy. Sorry, I'm trying to think here. How would I write this? First things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change one line of my code. I'm going to actually change this to, instead of 3C, into 7.8. See if this still works. Because then that means what I think it means. Oh, did I break it? Shit. Okay, that's not what it was, chat. You're wrong. You guys let me down. I trusted you, chat. I trusted you. You let me down. Hi, Corby. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know what's going on today with the IQ thing. It's really, really low today. Why do you trust us with this low IQ? Listen, here's the thing. You guys are probably better at this than I am. With that kind of IQ, you're still probably correct. Have you tried turning it off? Yeah, I actually did. Jokes aside, resetting. I did check the resetting, yeah. It is Friday the 13th, it is, yeah. Bit of a roller coaster today, but... Such a cutie patootie. Have you noticed that smoke? Sorry. Look at that floof. She's a perfect sphere. Actually, she looks like a more oval shape from this angle, but in person she looks more round, like more spherical, with like 2 ears sticking up. She looks like a boulder. That's a nice boulder. A little asteroid. Go, little asteroid. A large pet rock. Rugby ball. Yeah, yeah, from that angle she does look like a rugby ball. She's a bit smaller than a rugby ball though. Okay, I'm happy for anyone to chime in. The address at the back of my OLED screen is OX78. And we changed the new one to be OX7A. How do I declare two display screens with the code I have, with the syntax that I have? Because I don't understand. I thought it was this, but it's not the same thing. It's OX78. I thought it's the screen address is what I had. Has anything showed up in Serum? Yeah. So the first guy is working as normal, but the second guy that I've desoldered, nothing shows up, which I think is correct. Welcome back from your dog walk. Hopefully everything went well. I thought it was this, and I just double checked to see if it worked. I changed the letter. But it didn't work. Yeah, it was quite windy today. It's very cold in Ireland today. Both the same screens, just different. Exactly, Chris. They're the exact same OLED screens. And what we spent 2 hours earlier doing is just desoldering that tiny resistor to make it a new address. Sorry, did I not press her link? Here we go. Second from the bottom, the full code, Adafruit. Oh, is that it? Fuck off. No way. It's that easy. I don't trust you. No. You're joking me. No. Okay, let's just you know what? Buckle up. Tarek, you will get a promotion to Mod Supreme Overlord if this is as easy as it is. There we go. There we go. Let's actually test this out. We can stick the Celsius screen, the Kelvin screen. If the object is in these temperature ranges, you do that. That's fine. What about the radar one? Where's the radar one? Wait, where is my radar code? Is the ambient temperature... The temperature there. Celsius screen. This is the wrong code. Shit. This is the temperature only code. Ah, that's why it didn't work earlier. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Okay. Okay, nobody panic. I got this. I got this. I am a professional tofu. No, wrong thing. Did you know that I get paid in royalties for being the professional tofu that I am? That's right. Sorry, I'm trying to get you guys to see my OLED. Tricorder. So the code is called tricorder. You would think I would know that. Okay, let's have a look at this code. Put the output out. Still, the idea stays the same. We'll just call this display 2. And we'll change this to -1. That's just reset. It's because in the earlier code we defined it. Here we go, here we go, here we go. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to undo that just to upload this code and just check that it works for now. First step first. Thank you, Tarek. I'll try and keep an eye on this. If you see a mistake, let me know. May I inquire as to which element from the periodic table is your favorite? That's a great question, Gaugle. Welcome in, welcome in. So we actually had this discussion before. I don't know what my favorite element is, but I have 2 husbands that I would marry. The battle between who tofu would marry in the periodic table is between tungsten and copper. In my romantic story, I think copper is the one I settled for, but I still dream of tungsten. I know this sounds weird, but like copper is reliable, good. Just, you know, but tungsten has a little bit of bad boy in him. Just a little bit of bad boy in him. Still relatively good. A bit older too, just maybe too much of an age gap between me and tungsten, but yeah. I don't know how to explain it, but that's my feels. Okay, so I just uploaded the code and we have the radar and the temperature sensor working, but only on one screen, which makes sense. So let's try and rewrite this code with 2 screens. So we'll say display 2. Now let's go slowly through this. Often use a sequence function to display code. Should I do 2 sets here? I'm not sure what this actually does. I do this quite often in displays, but I don't think... Screen address has not... It seems at the moment the screen address isn't correct though. I don't state the screen address inside the thing. Does that make sense? Watchmaker, I don't have a screen address stated here. I thought so as well. We'll try without it. We'll try without it for now. We'll see how badly it goes. Let's find out. Screen address. So this is the motion detecting one. So I would say this is the temperature code here. All this is temperature. And then this is all... Oh no, not this. This is all the motion sensor. So we need them on 2 separate displays. But I was trying to explain that this address doesn't seem to be working. So look, I'll change it. The address that's on the back of this is actually 0x78. So let's test it. Fuck it. It was wrong code earlier. Let's double check this again because I was troubleshooting this earlier. Let's see if this... Oh, I need to change it everywhere. Cancel that real quick. 78. Okay, there we go. Let's try this one more time, just in case. Because, like, it wasn't working for me earlier. That's why I was kind of confused by it. That wasn't the statement. Okay, it didn't work. Let me reset it. Yeah, it's not detecting the OLED. That's not correct. Apparently, that's not its serial, if that makes sense. That's not the address, despite that that's what is in the back of it. So weird. I'm so confused by that. I thought that that screen address is the address that's at the back, and that's how we would define one and the other. So bizarre. Is there a find and replace function? Control F to find anyway. So we only have it in those 2 spots anyway. It's not even that, Chris. It's not a physical thing. It's the OLED that has not been desoldered. We're just looking at a normal OLED that we've not touched. We're touching an OLED that has not been touched before. It's a very weird sentence to say. So we're not even troubleshooting, yes, that I fucked up this by soldering. We're just working with the baseline. That's what we're trying to do. And this code was working previously. Everything. So the code was working previously in the sense that both OLED displays were displaying the same thing. Now we're trying to separate them. But the 3C works, exactly. This works. At the moment, this works. I have no idea what that 3C means. I thought it had something to do with the address, but my address is not 3C. It's 0x78. Why is that? There's something else that is hitting on this that I don't know. And then the 2 channels that I will be switching is from 0x78 to 0x7A. Let's fucking try that. What if I switch it? Will it change to the other monitor? Hold your breath. Fuck off. No. It works. It works. Okay, it doesn't work. We haven't fixed the problem. We have not fixed the problem. But we know that our soldering job works. Let's go. So this is the guy now. Oh shit, I touched something. No, I'm sorry. Let me untouch you. Fuck. I touched something and I ruined everything. Story of my life. Let me reset it. Maybe it'll work. Yeah, there we go. So now it's on the other screen. So what we've learned is that my soldering job is good, and we actually learned what the screen address syntax is. So thank you so much for finding that out for me, Harry. That was a really good spot. Hit the bunzel. There we go. Hit the bunzel. We still have the same problem though. We haven't fixed the issue yet, but we're in the right direction. A step forward. One step forward for tofu is a 2 steps backwards for mankind. Hi, Rista, welcome in. Hi, Legal. What is the problem? So we've desoldered a resistor at the back of this guy, so we can have 2 different OLEDs powered by the same nano, but 2 different displays working simultaneously. So let's mess around with this. We can now, let me look at the old code real quick, chat. I'm actually going to do something here. I'm going to open my old code and I'm going to look at the syntax for the screen address, because then I can embed it in the display command and save myself pain and terror and sadness and heartbreak. Two seconds. I have this. Yeah, I wonder why that is. Why does the address not back up what I say? No, this also doesn't have a screen address. How bizarre. Bizarre. How do I define a display without addressing a screen address to it? A quick look here. I suppose it's to initialize the OLED display. Okay, do you know what? I think it might be fine. We might be fine. Let's look back at this. So we'll say screen address 1. Like this. We'll copy and paste it. We'll define another one. And that'll be the D. Maybe you could rewrite screen address where you've put... Sorry, let me read that again. Let me do this first. Let me see what you did. Maybe you could rewrite screen address, okay, where you've put... So inside of this, I would say this. That's what I wanted to do. Let's just see if that works. Just to make sure I have everything correct for now. So it should... Yeah, it switched. Okay, it works. The code works. So that's what I meant to do, sorry. And then to define a new display... How do I get the second display to operate? So basically we need to repeat a few things. I know that that's what I meant to do. Just copy and paste this. But is it within the same if statement? I'm kind of confused about the order. So let me just try and figure this out. So if the display... begin... Because at the moment, where is it printing? It doesn't seem to have a display associated with the print. Does that make sense? What if I just copy all of this... Make a whole ass new thing here. Change this to display 2 and screen address 2 and see if I broke the code. Okay, I got an error. I think I have a squiggly bracket mistake. Let me double check that real quick. Ah! Close bracket. Okay, let me reset. Okay, it seems I've broken it. That's incorrect. Duplicate the if to, in my opinion. Though the whole if is optional. I'm actually a bit confused about her having display 1, display 2. So, I have two different things that I'm measuring in my tricorder. I'm measuring a motion sensor, and I'm measuring a temperature sensor. And so, I want both OLED screens to show their information simultaneously and separately. So that's why I need one display for one and one display for another. I think I've killed it completely. Just frozen the whole time. All right, I see legal. No. We didn't rename display 1. No. Display is just display 1 now. I'm being lazy. Oh yeah, let me check this. Allocation failed. Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere. We know we're a failure. That's great news. Hear that, Buns? I know you knew that already. I see what you mean. Ooh. Let's upload. Allocation failed too. Nice brainstorming there, chat. Well done. So allocation 2 failed. Do we have enough RAM? I don't know how much more we could mine at the moment, because it literally fails on the first line that we've added, or second line to be fair. And we've written the line of code, and then we're asking it to print if it failed immediately. So before that, we debugged that part already. That works, we know. Hi, Mint. Where's the declaration for display 2? It's over here. There we go. And the address then is associated within the code. So then we associate this address. I noticed you initialize the element sensor on pure motion print. Are you planning on displaying the temperature motion data? Yes, that's what we're trying to do, John. Exactly that, yeah. Yeah, no, we tested it. We were able to test the second display and we could switch between the two displays. So both displays are functioning and we know that their screen addresses work. So we know they work. Our problem is just addressing the display, just to even start displaying it simultaneously. So our first failure is basically simultaneous working. That's our problem at the moment. I'm going to check another code. Not failure, our first line challenge. True, true. Do you think the extra space after the second action could cause an issue? Oh. Do you think the extra space after the second address? Let's have a look. Do you know what? It could be anything. Where do you see the extra space? Sorry. In the define statement. Oh, okay. Sorry, I still don't see the extra space. Could you point out where you see an extra space? Don't see it. Oh, like that. Oh, for fuck's sakes, why do I keep doing that? Move over, Xbox controller. We don't need you anymore. Do you know what? We'll try it. We're running out of ideas at the moment. No, allocation failed too. This is... No, it's fine. We are declaring the screen address for this. Do you know what we could do with the troubleshooting, though, actually? How do I comment things out again? Like that? What we haven't... Wait, no. How do I... Oh, I think it's like a... Is it like this? That. There we go. And then... like that. Sorry. It's been... Actually, it's been a few weeks since we've done this. So, you know, just a bit out of practice. Apologies. So I'm just going to comment those out. What I'm going to try is just see that this works with the display too. That's something that we haven't debugged technically. This could be the issue. Now, the rest of the code is going to freak out. Wait! Maybe that's why it's freaking out. Sorry, I have an extra thing here. Maybe that's why it's freaking out. Oh dear. Let me just see something real quick. Okay. So it is showing on display 2. It reset, but it failed immediately. Yeah. Okay. That's fine because none of this display is meant to be on display 2. It's still screen address 1. Okay. Let's try changing that. See how it goes. I'm just trying to troubleshoot a few things. Curly still open. Extra curly. You left. Oh, is that from earlier, right? Sorry, I was focused and I missed a bit of chat. Apologies. Okay, so basically both screens are shut off now. It's just blank. So something in the way we write display 2 is the issue. Both monitors work. Both address assignments work. Something in either this or this part breaks it. Hey, it's supposed to print allocation failed 1. Why did it print allocation failed print 2? Oh, nothing is printing. I think that's what it is. Nothing is printing. Yeah, they're just the 2 previous errors. Yeah, so we're not displaying even the error now. At the moment. Okay. This, yeah, exactly. The setup works. There's something about either this part here that's the issue. Must be this. No. That's just a parameter. What we've just assigned is what is the scope of our guy. And then, yeah, technically that wouldn't actually change anything.
And they call it a mine.
A mine. Oh, wait a second. Wait. Irish John Games, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for your sub. Really appreciate the PP. Welcome in, welcome in. Don't be traumatized by this code. This is tofu code, not real coding. Oh. Okay, can someone actually explain what this means to me? This part here. Thank you for telling me that you're sending me Bunzo's toilet again. We appreciate that. Oh, sorry. Get this one guy working. Oh, it works. Okay, so changing this to be display. Yeah, it works now. No life form detected. Yeah. Okay, our code works. when we just change the fact that it's not display 2, but display. So it has to be something about display 2 that's fucking it up. It has to be this then. This is the issue. I'm going to try and find an Adafruit thing. It's just an empty loop. Okay. There's something about this, I think that's the problem. Or the way we've declared it or something. Does that make sense what I've just what I've done there? It wasn't the idea of those two OLEDs simultaneously that's the issue. It's even just the one although, no, wait. What if... No. I was going to say, is it because it does nothing? Because there is no display 2 in the rest of the code in the void loop. But, if I'm understanding correctly, if it just even registers everything, it should just say allocation failed. It should have told us we failed. But because it didn't even tell us we failed... Because it didn't even tell us that we failed, there's a prior issue to that. Could you try and sample code from a clean slate to see if it works properly for you? Try that sample code from a clean slate. Oh, the one that you sent me. Could you resend it to me again? Second from the bottom. Yeah, I'll do that now. Do you mean the bottom one? Oh, the bottom code. I see what you mean by second from the bottom. I get you now. What you meant the second from the bottom message. I was looking at the second from the bottom code. So let's just look at this here. Look at this bad boy. Oh, let me show you what I'm looking at. Hi, Will. Okay, here we go. So you guys are looking at what I'm doing. We're just gonna see if some of this stuff works. You okay, Buns? You wanna leave me? I can kick you out if you want. 0.96 inch. Let's look at this code. Yeah? Let's just try this out. Let's just upload this code and see what happens. It works! Display A and display B. Okay, the code works. The sample code works. So it's not my hardware. That's the issue. Sure. My coding, as we knew. Sorry, you might not see the wires. One says display A and the other one says display B. So the sample code works. Look at the sample code and compare then what the issue is. And let's just troubleshoot. Let's just do what it does. I'm gonna change some things here. It just has a very simple display begin. Gonna try one more thing here. Okay. what we're going to do is I'm going to remove that piece of code. Am I asking for trouble? Possibly. Am I insane? Also true. But mayhaps it will fix all our problems. Mayhaps. Is this a classical coding thing where you have a piece of code and it's causing you issues and you just decide, how about now? How about nope? Oh, did I need to do this maybe first? I didn't do anything with this earlier. Wait. I doubt it. Motherfucker. That was the issue. Chat. No. Okay, let me double check this. Please tell me that wasn't the problem. No. It's... No. That wasn't the problem. We still don't know if this is true. Because we had this... No. Because everything was fixed earlier. No. This might not still be the problem. We must see if this was the problem. No, it wasn't the problem. See, we still didn't get the error message. Okay, that was not the problem. Okay, let's have a quick look. Let me look at this. 2 seconds. I have an idea of what to try. I have a notion. Well, what I might do before we go forward is save this code the way it is. Let me actually undo earlier. There we go. We're going to file, save as. Or sorry, we're going to file, save. And then we're going to file, save as, tricorder version 2. So we're going to mess around with version 2 now. That's our job. I was trying to figure out some problem and got to hear a certain piece of code. After an afternoon searching team and T&E, found out it stood for trial and error. True, but the other previous so we are still using a library that we've proof tested. Does that make sense, legal? So this library can do this. We've tested that it can. I think. Where was I with this other code? I'm going to put this other piece of code here. Adafruit display 1, Adafruit display 2. Right, that's what I've done. Then in the void setup, I'm just going to remove this. We have saved code that works. I'm just going to do some crazy editing here. Then we will do remove all of this. We'll do display begin, screen address 1, and then screen address 2. Checking up on buns. get rid of this bracket. And then we'll do this. And this. And this. And this. In this code, you have a multiplexer to deal with. Well, look, if it's a RAM issue, I know a few people keep chiming in that it is the issue. There's nothing we can do about that from what I understand. In the sense of, let's explore all other avenues. And because I'm new into coding and not experienced, we'll check all other avenues first before we accept the dead end kind of solution, if that makes sense. I'm just going to try and copy this code earlier. Okay. Oh shit, not one. Just two. Let's see what happens. Someone will jump in and say, wait, before you do all of that, do some troubleshooting. And I'm kind of going all in on this, which is terrible coding practice, I think. But also, sometimes you just gotta do. You just gotta do. Okay. Oh. You left a few display without changing it to at the bottom. Motion. Oh, wait. This isn't part of that. Anyway. Famous last words. Yeah, so sorry. So this display should be on the display. Does that make sense? This guy is all the temperature stuff. So I do want that on display. Trying to remember if clear the buffers for this one. No, it's for the previous one. I'm starting to think maybe there's a... No. So nothing is showing on my screens in case anyone's wondering. I'm just a failure across the board. Oh, I want to give up. I want to cry. Try to remove the MX begin or move it down below the display begin statements as a troubleshooting step with both displays. If they start working, the MX is pushing over your budget. Not the problem somewhere else. I've changed so many things now that I don't think we can really say that anymore. Does that make sense? Maybe in my previous code? Sometimes, and I don't know if this could be the issue and we could be led astray, is that sometimes my Arduino needs a hard reset. It kind of just, after a while, stops working properly. To do a bit of a reset. Yeah, no, nothing. Ugh, sack of patat. I mean, this all gets fixed if I just use 2 nanos. Like, why am I doing this for myself? Why? Why am I suffering through this? All my problems will be solved by just using 2 nanos. Then everything's okay. But I decided, no, I want to learn how to do this with 1. I think I need a break. Yeah, but look, these are the only ones I have. We'll make do with what we have. Great people take on greater challenges, I suppose. Well, no, there's bigger Arduinos for sure as well. Not even a ESP kind of competitive thing. Although, of course, we know that it is better in that sense, but still. Don't know. Oh yeah, I did declare. I think we give up. There's only so many lemons out of which I can make lemonade with, chat. I think this code has bested me today. There's a sad moment in history. We have lost the battle, but we will not lose the war. We will recoup. We will get stronger, smarter, better, faster, drunker. We can tackle the code one more time. We will achieve greatness. Just not today. You may have won this time, code, but I'll get you next time. I think on the amount of sleep I'm functioning today, I think what we achieved is already pretty miraculous. So, what's his name? Tarek did mention something important there earlier. He said, let's go back, duplicating the same stuff on both displays. Then by duplicating the same code for both, then go from there. So go a little bit backwards, which is a good suggestion again. Just go back again to the code that worked. Because even when we put the two together, it didn't work perfectly. There was still some issues. I'll show you the proper code tomorrow maybe. Or not tomorrow, on Sunday. Although Sunday I want to teach. I was thinking about having a fun experiment to do. How do y'all want to calculate the time constant of capacitors? I was thinking about doing an experiment on the time constant of capacitors. And yeah, we could do that whole experiment here in this room. Do I have big resistors? I have 1 mega ohm resistors. Yeah, we can do that. Sounds like my dream Sunday. Excuse me for burping. Start from the form code and then copy it into your functions until it doesn't work. And then we can debug. Okay, that's fair. Legal suggestion sounds good as well then. Yeah, will we do that? So let's keep track of where we're lost or what we want. Oh, I lost my notebook. Where did I put it? All right, I'll have a look. Oh, there it is. I knew I lost it earlier. First of all, few notes. I have a few drawings here. Do I have any lab rat passes I need to do? Making sure. No. I think I've kept up with all my lab rat passes. Correct me if I'm wrong if I've forgotten someone's lab rat pass. Well, I guess you won't know. But what I need to do here is low elo Valentine. I need to make them a custom sound. Custom sound. And then what was the other suggestion? Is that start with sample code. I'll actually save it just in case as well. Save that code. Start with sample code. Work forwards. It's a great idea. I think that's the best way, actually. Especially if you're not very used to what you wrote, because it's been a while since you worked on it. It's a great way to refresh. Okay. My little streaming notebook with all my gadgets, gizmos, and plenty. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break here. I don't know if I should drink alcohol. Like, I want to. But if I start now, I think I might fall asleep. Did you get me one yet? No. Kip, did you redeem one? And I didn't send you it. I don't think I have one for you. Did you? I did redeem one recently. Did I not send it in the last batch? Let me... Oh my god. No, Kip, I didn't send you one. I made up the last batch. I'm going to send them now. Christo, Daniel, Slayer, Star, Lizeth, Preserve, Chocolate Mints, Corby, Flaming Hot Potato. You're not on this list. No. Oh, you redeemed it last week, did you? I didn't write it down, Kip. I'm so sorry. How did I not write it down? Okay. Kip, do you remember what one you'd like? Because I haven't done it yet, so. Which lab rat pass should I write you down? You won't be ready for the next batch anyway, for sure. But at least have it down. There was some oh, is that why I didn't write it down? Because we hadn't decided on which one to get. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Oh, girl lab rat. Technician. Technician lab rat. Perfect. Yeah, I'm so sorry I didn't write it down. I tried to keep track of everything in this little notebook. Yeah, maybe I will go for alcohol. I'm not sure. My worry again is that if I drink now, I might... How should I say it? It might be all downhill from here. Watch now. The reason that the code never worked was because there was a missing ground or something silly. Because of all the prototyping and disconnecting that I've been doing. Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be funny, chat? That would be so funny. Not haha funny, but pouring tears of pain funny. Don't you hate that when you spend hours and hours programming, non-stop, troubleshooting because your code won't work, and it turns out it was a hardware issue that you didn't have one little ground connected properly? I'll see you guys in a bit. Force between the two bodies. So if we were to plot the force against distance, we would get this kind of relationship. As the distance between the two bodies increases, force that we experience becomes less and less and less. Technically, we still experience it no matter how far away we are. So even if we're millions of kilometers away from Earth, we still do feel a force of gravity. It's just very, very, very small. So small we usually say it's almost zero. I'd also like to highlight that there is a difference between the force of gravity and acceleration due to gravity. Myself as a lecturer, I see that students mix up these two concepts. And I think it comes down to the fact that we loosely call everything gravity. Gravity can mean Einstein's gravity theory, it could mean Newtonian's gravity theory, it could mean weight, or it can mean the G value, the 9.81 meters per second squared that is on the surface of the Earth. Which one is gravity? All of them. It just depends how you fill in the sentence. Generally speaking, gravity is referred to the force of gravity. In classical physics, we refer to this as Newton's law of gravity. F is equal to G times mass 1 times mass 2 all over the distance squared. Sometimes loosely we refer to gravity as the acceleration due to gravity. We usually note it as a lowercase g, and that is 9.81 meters per second squared on the surface of the Earth. That means if I drop anything, I always look for something to throw or drop in my lectures, I swear. If I drop this rock with a really cool fossil, it means that every second its speed increases by 9.81 meters per second. Hence the unit meters per second, or meters per second squared. The acceleration due to gravity is due to the force of gravity. It is not referred to as gravity itself. Sometimes, however, loosely in the English language, we might refer to that as gravity. Hence the confusion. One is the force of gravity, F is equal to ma, or F is equal to G times m1 times m2 squared. And the other one is just lowercase g, the acceleration due to gravity. Make sure we know the difference between these two. All right, now that we have all the basics, let's get off the surface of this planet. Here is a very accurate representation of planet Earth. And this right here is you. Not drawn to scale. R represents the radius of Earth, and X is some distance off the surface of the Earth where we would like to get away. This is the kinetic energy of U, the mass, that is required to get off the surface of the Earth with the escape velocity VE. Let's start with Newton's force of gravity. G is a gravitational constant. It's just a universal constant that we need to use to adjust our numbers. Lowercase m is your mass, capital M is the mass of the Earth, and x is the distance between you and Earth. So, what do we need to do? We need to put work into getting off the surface of the Earth. The equation for work is force times distance. Now, we're doing a little thing here where we have dw dx. Sub in the value for f from the above equation. This is our final expression. Our limits for integration are going to be from r to infinity. Because we're starting from the surface of the Earth, and we're trying to get as far away possible. What's the furthest thing possible away? Infinity. Now, what does this integration really mean? Well, we have a bit of a problem. The work required to get off the surface of the Earth isn't just a constant value. It actually changes depending on how far away from Earth we are. Because the gravitational pull of the Earth is changing because we're increasing the distance between us and Earth. So each time we get further and further away, the work required takes less and less. And that's exactly what integration really does. We're taking tiny increments of the distance, calculating the work required, and adding them all up together between r and infinity. I won't get through the calculus of this. If you need a little bit of help here, I advise going through Introductionary to Calculus and Integration. So we ultimately get minus gravitational constant times the mass of the Earth times the mass of u all over 1 over x, where x has the limits of infinity to r. That becomes 1 over infinity minus 1 over r. 1 minus infinity, what the heck is that? Well, think about it. Infinite means super big. Flip it the inverse. 1 over a huge number. It's so big that we pretty much approximate it to 0. Hence, this becomes 0. I hope I have not offended too many mathematicians here. Inside our bracket, we're just left with minus 1 over r. The two minuses will cancel, and so we get the gravitational constant mass of the Earth, the mass of u, all over the radius of Earth. All right, we need to put that amount of work into getting us off the surface of the Earth. Well, we're going to transfer it all as kinetic energy. The way to get off Earth is by putting energy into our movement. Half mv squared. Let's equate those two guys together. The two m's cancel, your mass. Rearrange the equation to find the escape velocity to be equal to 2 times gravitational constant times the mass of the Earth all over the radius. This is a pretty good equation. We can sub in values already if we wish, but we can get it down simpler. When we're on the surface of the Earth, we have a force of gravity that we're experiencing. Weight is equal to mg. And we can equate it to Newton's gravitational force. The two m's cancel. We can rearrange the equation to find the acceleration due to gravity is equal to the gravitational constant, the mass of the Earth, divided by the radius squared. If we move one of the r's up here, oh, this looks familiar. All right, I'm back. Hello. I decided Beckett. Friday. Cheers. Sláinte. Hope you guys are having a fabulous start to the weekend. And thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to boot up